we got in this game, in my opinion, Josh, was the most quintessential loss of the Nebraska football groin kick era. We got the most quintessential close game groin kick loss possible. So instead of a different world, new possibilities,
a whole new world,
like whole
Aladdin.
Let me see if I can actually sell this to you, Josh. I did some prep here to let me tell you all
prep for an after dark show.
Let me tell you all of the elements that were there from quintessential. Pick your favorite one. 2017 to current. 2016. I don't know when the years. We maybe need to pick an era exactly of the beginning and the end of this era where these basically the single possession, got a chance at the end, heartbreaking loss games. Okay. We thought things might be different. Instead, we got basically everything that comes in these games. The most obvious, an offensive chance at the end. The ball was running out in a 1-4 game.
Cue the Stumanji screenshot of
update the spreadsheet.
Yeah, and he already has. We got the graphic. We're good to go there. We can look it up. It's incredible. It's incredible stuff.
Update the spreadsheet. But on this one, you also had, and in a lot of games you also had a defensive chance, right? Mm-hmm. You also had a defensive chance to make a stop and force a punt and get the ball being down, only needing a field goal. And the defense looks, of course, as always happens, Josh, as bad as they've looked the entire game in that final drive. Mm-hmm. And it happened once again. Mm-hmm. It happened once again. But that's not all. That's not all. Josh, how about this? I know you've seen this before.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
A huge offensive play is about to unfold before our eyes. We're about to watch it. Perhaps it's a fourth down. Perhaps it's a 3rd and long. Perhaps it's the last play of the game with no timeout left on the clock. And what happens? A false start. We got that one. Check. Yeah. There's another one. We got that one. All right, next. How about this, Josh? Have you ever seen this in a game? How about an uncalled pass interference on the defense that everyone acts like is completely normal? Mm-hmm. We haven't been doing that, yet they would call it, and Nebraska would be in great position to score. I direct you to Wisconsin 2017. I direct you to Wisconsin 2021. I direct you to a few hours ago. Yeah. It was brutal. It was terrible. Brock Huard normalized it. That will make me mad for the rest of my life. Okay. Can I give you this one, Josh?
Here's a picture of it for anyone who wants to see it, by the way. Yeah. In case ICYMI. In case you missed it, that's what happened on the last play of the game there.
Don't worry. I'm not just going to complain about, bad. How about this, Josh? What do you think about some weird ass use of timeouts? Can I sell that to you?
Classic. That's becoming now a classic of the Matt Rule era.
How about some
the Mike Riley era? Honestly,
how about some super bizarre use of timeouts? It's really become something that makes me feel comfortable. It's like a
blanket.
It's like a warm blanket. As soon as they lined up to punt and called a timeout, I said, I need some cocoa. Weird ass timeout. You got that? Check. Mm-hmm. How about, Josh, speaking of that exact set of plays, how about strategy indecision in a key moment?
Oh, tell me more.
Strategy indecision in a key moment. Apparently, according to Matt Rule, the plan was to fake the punt and then not to fake the punt. Mm-hmm. Timeout. Then the plan was to go for it on 4th down and then not to go out on 4th down. Oh, not timeout, but delay.
Timeout. They took a penalty. Yeah, they took a penalty.
Yes, I think. That reminded me of the Maryland and Wisconsin games last year. Mm-hmm. When it was like, where it was like white knuckling. It was like, what should we do? Back and forth. Like, oh shit, what should we do? So there you go. We got that. There's more. How about an instant replay review at a just wildly key moment of the game, Josh, that doesn't go Nebraska's way? Now, I'm not saying it was a bad call on the replay. I think it was, although there was interference on that too. But how about that? Once again, replay call doesn't go Nebraska's way. Josh, how about this? Let's talk about the offense, right? This is the new offense. This is the new era. Whoop-de-doo, a new play caller. How about when the running game gets cooking, abandoning it? Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
I can't.
The running game got cooking.
I can't believe it. It's very on brand.
Can you freaking believe it? That was the thing. That was why half the people who wanted Satterfield fired wanted him fired. They did it. They did it this game. I'm losing my mind. Josh, how about this? How about missed blocks on the perimeter, dooming plays where there are horizontal passes?
Classic. Hey, how about the horizontal? We got one of them to Fidone, which was just manna from heaven. For all of us who wanted the classic horizontal throw to the giraffe Thomas Fidone. Thank you. Thank you, Dana Holgerson, for that.
Josh, how about Heinrich Harburg coming in for random one-play segments throughout the game?
And he picked up yards.
And then first play of the series, and then not again.
Yeah.
How about that? Got that?
Hey, how about what D'Lo posts? How about not throwing to 4 here, where it is Mr. Banks in his best game in months, maybe, Jack? Wide open, 2 yards from the end zone. And
a wide-ass open receiver that was missed. You can add that to the list. That's a fair one.
Yeah.
Wide-ass open receiver. How about a random player on the other team having the game of his career, Josh?
Yeah.
We got it. Deuce Robinson.
Yeah.
Nobody knew his name before, but guess what? Deuce is loose. Deuce is loose. It works. It's USC. Sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona. Not on my scouting list. How about literal terrible bounces of the literal football? How about that? Usually they've come over the years in where the other team fumbles, right? And Nebraska looks like they're going to have a chance to recover it. And amazingly, it takes a weird angle bounce out of bounds. This time it was just, I don't know, off of helmets, off of hands, off of everything. Somehow USC ended up with the ball off of ridiculous bounces repeatedly. How's that for you? Have I missed anything? How about screen passes on third down, Josh?
Yeah.
How about screen passes on third down that don't work?
Yeah. I don't think you've missed anything so far.
The only thing that didn't happen was a complete special teams meltdown play.
Yeah, I mean, there was the fair catch at the 4.
Yeah.
There was catching the punt at the 4. I wouldn't recommend doing that normally. They did not miss a field goal, though, right? They made all their field goals. They attempted 2. They made both. They're now up to 5 made field goals in the last 3 games, which is, not something that any of us really would have expected during Rutgers and Purdue back-to-back about a month ago. I don't know if you mentioned the interception. Did you mention the interception that the first one, not the second one, but the first interception that Dylan Raiola threw? That one wasn't very good. That one wasn't very good at all.
Yeah, I did. I think maybe no, that wasn't good. It wasn't good. How about almost turnovers? That's another one. Almost sacks.
Hey, how about turnovers? The almost turnover on USC's last drive of the game? Their last drive of the game. The drive that scored the touchdown on third down, where it's bouncing, where they hit him as he throws. So it would have been a fumble, but instead of just it's like pinball. It just bounces back and forth. And then it's caught, and they get a first down, and they have momentum, and then they win the game.
So, my point being, Josh.
Yeah. Where is this?
All of that to say, after I and others were excited about kind of a new dawn, a change in feel, a change in attitude, just tweaking a little thing, making the mindset different, making everything feel different. You might have got the most Nebraska loss in this decade of the groin kick era
Yeah.
This might have been the most ultimate one. I don't know that we'll be able to find one. When we look back at the groin kick era, when the historians look back at the groin kick era, I think they'll pick this game out, Josh, and they'll say,
"No way, no, this isn't the personification. This isn't the
because it's got all the elements outside of a special teams catastrophic play. Yeah, it's got all the elements. They played the hits, Josh. They played the freaking hits in this game.
It's like a jukebox. It's like a groin kick jukebox. Somebody make us a graphic of a jukebox, and it just has all of the dumb things that you can play.
What do you think the ultimate groin kick era game is then?
Oh, Iowa. I think Iowa 2021 is chef's kiss. That's the one where you go to the restaurant, to the fancy restaurant, and you're like, "Hey, could I speak to the chef?" And they bring the chef over. It's like, I'd love something off menu. I'd love your finest way to lose a football game.
Man,
and he says,
I don't know.
Okay, let me see what I can do for you. How about going up by multiple scores and Iowa coming back on like a 18-0 run and it taking them like 4 or 5 of their own scores because it's just a bunch of field goals and a blocked punt along the way.
Yeah.
Mickey says Michigan State 2021. People forget 3 and out every drive in the second half and then a punt return for a touchdown.
That's a good one. That's a good
overtime.
That's a good one, too. You know, I feel like maybe if you're picking the ultimate, it's got to end on the other team kicking a field goal. Some would say that's got to happen.
Yeah.
But again, there's so much about this one. It's hard to ignore it. Oh, my gosh. That false start on that. Oh, God. It's just, it's typecast. It's so on the nose. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The entire offensive line except the center. It's amazing. It's just. Boy, could they get? I mean, I don't know.
D'Lo says it has to end as an OT loss to be the coup de grace because he says the Northwestern in Frost's first year. That one was
maybe
they were up by 10 and Northwestern went 99 yards.
Josh, if the refs did their job, that could have happened.
That's true.
If the refs did their job, that would have been there for the taking at this point. Now,
by the way, shout out Matt real fast, Jack. He says episode title Groin Kick Jukebox. Thank you. Look at that. 17 minutes in, and we already have the title.
It only took us 5 minutes this morning, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, now, Josh, the exciting thing is if this didn't hit the quintessential play the hits, all of the great album cuts of the year, the box set of the Nebraska Groin Kick era, we've got.
I want to make a graphic with all of these stupid games. It's like the opposite of Be Kind Husker Rewind.
I want to do one of those like Time Life commercials, like including your favorites: 2021 Wisconsin, 2021 Iowa, 2021 Michigan. I mean, all of the 2021 season, basically.
Here's the. And if you order within the next 5 minutes, we'll give you the entire 2021 season. Bonus DVDs. Look at all of the games.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it has your favorites. Crap. The 2018 Northwestern loss, the 2019 Iowa loss. But if you order within the next 5 minutes and use a credit card, the 2021 box set is yours.
NU1 says, how far back are we going? I think it goes back. I mean, the last time they won a game like this was the Purdue game with Mike Riley in
you think so? The 2017 Purdue game is
they had a drive and they scored. That was the last time they won a game like this.
Yeah, that's true.
The close, you got to make it stop or you got to score at the end of the game.
I feel like, for the record, I feel like the groin kick era began when Nebraska beat Iowa in the 2014 game, and that is the beginning of it, even though they picked up a few dubs along the way. Like
you got the Oregon game.
They get the Michigan State game. But, I feel like it begins in earnest that day in 2014. The funny part, Jack, is they lose the next week to USC, or the next game in the Holiday Bowl. They lose in the Holiday Bowl to USC by 3 points, and so it begins. But then 2015 is chock full of stupid losses where it's like Andy Janovich rumbles into the end zone and everyone's like,
oh, God, that's a great one. That's right. That track list, that's either a first or a last on the track list of one of the box set CDs for sure.
Oh, yeah. The 2015 Wisconsin game 100% belongs.
Yes.
100%. Hell, the 2016 Wisconsin game, Jeff. Overtime. Fultzy. They call it. Everything. Wisconsin misses an extra point. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. And what happened at the end of that one, by the way? Missed pass interference ball. What do you know? Like freaking shit, Josh. We should make a checklist of all of the things, and then rate these games on how like groin kicky they are, or like emblematic of the groin kick era that they are, so we can finally settle this important debate between Nebraska fans. What was the groin kickiest game of them all?
Jack, I think we need to send out a survey. And we need that. We need the elements of like what makes for like the absolute worst groin kick, and people can rate things and give us a list and all these things, and then we can figure out mathematically. We need to this is an off-season exercise. We need to figure out
seriously
the
a formula.
The groin. Yes, exactly. What are the elements that make a game
one possession game for sure? Have a chance to score or make a stop at 100%. The end that will win the game.
Overtime
or send
can
it
be
into
involved.
Overtime. Or send it into overtime.
A weird, goofy play that the game is remembered for, you know?
A bad call with it, or a perceived bad call within the last few minutes is absolutely there. Yeah. I mean, man, a false start on 3rd or 4th down is getting up there. It's amazing. Why in the crap can they not remember the snap count on all like the biggest plays of the year? That's unbelievable. The false start rate is so correlated to how big the play is. It's incredible. Big play, importance of play, false start rate.
You know, I will say this, though, and I think Sam McEwen also tweeted it out. I was like, you know what, though? They got a little extra room now. This isn't so bad. They have a little extra room that they can, you know, and I was just talking myself into it.
A little extra room, whatever.
Just talking myself into it.
Well, first of all, they got to see the formation. I mean, but whatever, it didn't matter. I mean, Banks was there. He should have had it, but they freaking interfered. They pulled his jersey off. What could he do?
Yeah.
And that's in addition to the one that they replayed on another one where they held him and they had to replay it. And obviously it was the right call on the field that he didn't get a catch on the replay one. But every time they watched the replay, they got to see the shitty call they made.
That was my favorite part. That was my favorite part when they reviewed.
You watch that. You keep watching it.
When they reviewed the Jamal Banks catch out of bounds, which they got the call right. I just love that they had to look at just a horribly missed pass interference call. Sadly, they didn't have to do that for the last touchdown or the last interception of the game.
Okay, Josh, actually on the YouTube, I don't normally do the YouTube chat. We usually just do our Discord friends, but
yeah.
Josh on the YouTube chat points out Northwestern 2019 was the last time they scored on the last second drive. That was the field goal, the Lane McCallum field goal, right? So
yeah. But then they lost in overtime, so who gives a shit?
No, they won that game, right? Yeah, they won it.
I thought you said Northwestern 2019.
Yeah, that's what he said. Whatever the year that they
lost that game, though, in overtime.
Whatever the one they won. Lane McCallum kicked the field goal.
We did that for Be Kind Husker Rewind, and we all, as we did it, were saying, why did we do this game? This is garbage. This is such a horrible, ugly football game.
That's true, I suppose. So it's not been nothing since 2017, but they haven't gotten a touchdown to win a game. So man,
Mickey,
so
LOL. I feel like Jack is more likely to read the YouTube chat than Discord at this point. Sad, Jack. Sad.
No,
That's
I'm reading the Discord. I'm reading the Discord. Plenty. I mean, you guys are actually all adding good things. It's
been very funny. The Discord.
It's been funny. I just think we need to, if we at least need to just build our concept of the groin kick era and what it really is, like how we like. I don't want posers to come in and be like, yeah, I was in the groin kick era. I knew what that was like. No.
Hey, how could we forget this one too, Jack, going back to Riley's first year? And don't forget about the 2015 Illinois game. And
that's
like,
a great one.
Why did you throw the
it's
football,
a great one.
Tommy? What
it's
are
a great
you
one.
Doing
because
throwing
Josh,
the football, Tommy?
The story tonight is not coaching or playing foibles. It's none of that. It's not bad.
Oh, you don't think so?
Bad calls of the refs. No, it is this fan base's freaking. What did they do to deserve this? That's the story.
The story.
That is the story.
The story is a higher power. The story is a higher power hates us.
There's going to be college football games all over the nation tonight where there were bad refereeing calls, bad coaching calls, stupid play calls, bad throws, not enough motivation, whatever it is. There's no place in America, no place where you got a fan base that has been through this much pain. And it's amplified by the fact that a whole bunch of us of a certain age went through all of the good stuff before it as well. There is no bigger story in the whole thing than this fan base and the shit they've been through. And what do you do about it? I don't know. I have no idea. Eventually probably move on again and try again. But we'll see. Like Josh, it's hard not to think, well, here we're just going to start the same pattern over again at that point, right? It's really hard not to think that at this point because it feels like it's baked in, right?
Jordan points out, and you went through none of the good stuff. Yay me. Yeah, poor Jordan. Shout out to all the Gen Zers out there who have lived through the absolute hell that is Husker football since they were born.
Dude, D'Lo's like, it's almost to the point where the 90s no longer make up for the past decade. That's really interesting. Like, it's that bad. As good is right now as bad as the 90s were good.
That's a great question. That is a great question.
Dude,
are the 90s as good as these are bad? Yeah, and the answer is yes. They won national They won 3 titles in 4 years. They went 60-3 and 5. Like, they were the best. They were the Alabama of their era. Jordan, sorry, don't let me in with those Gen Z losers.
Dude,
yeah, Gen Z taking L's.
It was so freaking funny when they were like, when Brock Heward and Benetti were talking about like, well, these are two fan bases, right? Like, these are two fan bases that they're probably both thinking it's going to go badly for them. And I was like, come on now, USC.
You don't have now. That's what I call groin kick. USC. 18.
You had the Heisman winner 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's
bitches.
True.
I mean, come on. You aren't even stop. If I get one thing out of this, it is legitimacy as the fan base who has the most pain. Don't try and compare USC to what we've been through. Stop it. Stop it. Benetti. And of course, what do you know? What happened? And of course, he gets up at the press conference. What did I see at the chat there? He got up the press conference. He's like, I guess we were due. Yeah, that's how it worked for people who are not.
Congrats on being due after 5 games. Right. Oh man, that tough 5-game stretch for you. That tough 5-game stretch.
How long have you even been a fan? Yeah.